Okay, now we're recording.
Sorry, what was that? What were you making a joke about?
Your 23-year-old vagina?
Are you like opposed to the word pussy, or what is that about? You only say vagina.
Yeah, I use pussy in the sense of like,
What, like being a little bitch?
yeah.
Vagina is such like
devaluing someone's masculinity is a pussy to me. Your vagina is not a pussy.
Well, yeah, it takes however many fucking inches you give me, but what? Vagina is like the least sexy word ever. That's not quite true, but it's close. Like, oh yeah.
Penis. Do you want to introduce the podcast?
I fucking guess. Have we decided on a name yet?
No, but this is still episode. You go for it.
Daddy Issues the podcast.
You really wanted to be called that?
Huh?
You really wanted to be called that?
No, I just think it's funny.
It is funny.
No, I don't know what I want it to be called.
Okay. I don't know if that has longevity though.
It probably doesn't.
Because hopefully one day we work through that stupid shit.
I kind of am, though. That book is fucking me up. I'm getting fucking wrecked by the book that I'm reading right now. Anyway, I don't know how to introduce podcast, so you should do it, and then I'll follow suit.
All right, so this is episode 1 of this podcast that is yet unnamed that may have a title by the end of this episode.
Wait and see. Wow, so exciting. If we're not using names, what are we going to be?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I mean, it's just me, so you can use my pronouns. My pronouns are you.
I'm just going to angrily call you honey.
Yeah, fine.
Done.
That's cool with me. So I think being episode 1, we need to introduce ourselves to our 0 listeners, because that's how podcasts, this is a grassroots campaign, unlike Obama's campaign.
Oh, we're starting early on the political shit, aren't we?
I mean, so I'm a 32-year-old male, which puts me born in 1986.
God, you're old. And I'm a 23-year-old female who was born in the end of 1995. Somehow we decided we liked each other.
We met on Bumble.
Haven't fucking murdered each other yet. Stay tuned.
We met on Bumble.
We did.
We like the band Turnover.
Yeah, he threw a lot of, he dropped a lot of names at the beginning of our conversation. That apparently got me moist enough to date him.
Real moist.
Mega moist.
She gets mega moist. And, we've known each other for 19 days now.
Well, we talked for longer than that, but yeah, we met.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We
did
talked for a while.
Kind of.
Yeah,
okay, fair enough.
We've known each other in person for 19 days.
Right, I've discarded that, but yes, you're right.
Yeah.
I don't know what day we matched. We'll have to reinstall.
Yeah, we'd have to both re-download Bumble and open that cesspool all over again.
Yeah, no thanks.
What else we got? Let's
see.
mean,
that's who we are. You have daddy issues. You think I have daddy issues too?
You like girls who have daddy issues.
Apparently
Same
I have,
thing.
Yeah. I guess. It's not intentional.
You are the daddy issues, apparently.
I was talking with, maybe. I was talking with my therapist about this. Mm-hmm. And I think that, so we both have therapists. We both go to therapy.
Hell yeah. Therapy's the best.
It is. I agree. And so I was talking with my therapist that I think I misplace like an attraction to maturity. But this level of maturity comes from having daddy issues, or just coming from family issues in general. Like, you have to grow up a little bit. Having these sort of family issues that I'm attracted to forces you to grow up a little bit and be more mature than you actually are. So something about that is attractive to me. I'm not really sure what it is yet. I'm still working on that.
Work in progress. I feel that. I come from a pretty fucking serious family of dysfunction, so I consistently am told I don't act 23, as evidenced by the friends of yours I just met tonight.
Yeah.
I had to raise myself in a lot of ways. I didn't get raised in a lot of ways. So I'm a lot older than I am.
You have a brother.
In some ways. I do. He's 2 years older than me.
Now, did your brother get more family attention than you?
That's a complicated question. We both got a whole lot of attention, just different kinds of attention.
Ooh.
Yeah, LOL. That sounds bad. It was pretty bad, though. my brother and I were both like super enmeshed with my dad. We got tons of attention. Mine was borderline sexual attention because LOL at the lack of boundaries.
Covered incest.
Yeah, fucking.
Incest is
what am I
real.
reading?
Call 911.
I'm reading the emotional incest syndrome, and motherfucker, it is wrecking me. Oy. But yeah,
The emotional incest syndrome.
it's a whole mess. That's what I was listening to yesterday when I'm like, LOL, I'm fucking dying over here, and you're like, do you need anything?
This is a audiobook?
Yeah.
This
But
is one
yeah.
your therapist sent you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My
What are you
therapist.
learning from it?
That pretty much every single way that my father enjoyed spending time with me was like as a surrogate spouse, which makes me want to vomit.
Yeah. So that's absolutely
Yup.
covert incest. So I had
yeah.
I don't know how deeply I want to go into that, but I knew this girl
Same.
who had. She would vaguely kind of tell me about this stuff. We were kind of friends. We had this attraction to each other, sort of. But she was kind of telling me about covert incest, and I didn't understand it at all until you. I think you put it into context with the story about.
I remember
your dad.
that, yeah.
I don't know if you want to.
I don't remember which story that was, but honestly, I could tell you just about any time I hung out with my dad, and it would be that. In the book, she was talking about, like, God, I almost friggin' threw up the other day. She was talking about, like, her dad would take her out to expensive meals, buy her super fucking nice clothes, show her off to his friends, tell her how beautiful she was, call her, like, pretty baby or whatever. And literally my fucking name on my dad's phone is Pretty Girl. Like, murder me. Yeah, it was, my parents, both of them, would address me as if I were the embodiment of the other parent's ideas and actions. So, and my dad totally treated me like a girlfriend. I was his like daddy-daughter date. Fucking gag.
Okay, so to
And a
interject
lot of
here,
like physical closeness.
So I've got a daughter. I have a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
She's about to be 3, and
Yes.
I mean, like, I want to do these things with my daughter. Not like that, obviously, but like, I want to have like daddy-daughter dates.
I
and,
mean,
like,
yeah.
take her to the movies and shit. Like, where's
Don't
the
fucking
line
put your
there?
hand on her thigh after she's 10.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh, no.
It seems
There's
obvious.
some fucked up
but,
shit
like,
you don't know that went on in my household.
Do you
No.
think he's intentionally doing it?
I think my father treats me this way because his boundaries were so often fucked over when he was younger.
Had to have been.
I'm in a 12-step program that deals with family dysfunction, and we do an inventory, like a character inventory, just like any other 12-step program, but it's blameless. Our parents fucked us up with whatever tools they were already given. My dad is not some evil person. Yeah, he did some nasty shit to me, but like, he's not a person that had any more equipment than I did. His family is a whole ass mess, so it's not his fault the way he is the way he is, or it's not his fault that he is that way.
He could be better though.
Oh yeah, and he's learning.
Okay. Is this on you to teach him?
I mean, if I don't teach him, he's not going to learn.
Okay, yeah.
It's not. In essence, it's not on me to like change somebody else. But if I don't want him to fucking like, if I don't want him to make physical advances on me that are not sexual but are close enough to be,
just intimate.
uncomfortable, yeah, like,
Does he date anyone? Has he ever dated anyone?
yes, he's had girlfriends consistently.
That's right. You told me about that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's had consistent girlfriends.
Is he intimate with them?
I mean, I would hope so, but I don't know.
Okay.
He was dating this one girl, Sarah, for years and years and years. He's had girlfriends. Half of them were freaking crazy. But I was like the consistent source of physical and emotional affection in his life. Because my dad's a freaking narcissist. Like, he's not good at having people that are close to him, and I was the one under his control.
I've been accused of being narcissist before.
Maybe that's why I like you.
Okay.
I don't think you're a narcissist. You're kind of an ass, but I think you're hilarious and very genuine and sweet. Like, you're not a shit. You're funny, and I think you like to act like you're all hard or whatever, but you're an incredibly sweet person.
I'm hard as fuck right now.
I have my clothes on. There we go. Now I don't. No, you like to act like you're all like...
I don't feel like it's an act.
I don't know. I think I've told you this actually. You care about a lot more than you let on you do.
I swear I don't do that intentionally. It's not a conscious effort at least. I mean, yeah, so I do for sure. I'm aware that bend my personality to fit those that are
Okay.
around me. But I think I've kind of explained that's how I do in relationships anyway. Like my relationship with you is like what, what gets me off is what gets you off. Like that's my MO, I guess. Or like what makes you happy, that's what makes me happy. I'm a caregiver, I guess. We've kind of come over
Yeah.
this. But I feel like I kind of operate the same way in all of my other relationships. Like, how do I get along? Like, I find this person interesting. How do I interact with them in a way so that we can keep spending time together, I guess. And it's not like a manipulation.
I was saying,
kind
you
of
sound
thing.
like me.
It's not like an intentional manipulation.
Yeah.
I think it's just I just have a reflective personality. Like I do like soak in other people's qualities very
Yeah.
easily. I'm very impressionable.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll steal your words in a heartbeat.
Incorrect.
Stuff like that. Yeah, I'll do
Yeah.
that. But it's because I find that endearing about you.
Mhm.
I find that interesting about you. I want to like take little pieces of you.
That's both like creepy and really touching.
Yeah, not with a knife.
I know. Not yet.
So yeah, that's So in speaking to her, that was always as soon as she mentioned the word covert incest, I got this weird feeling because I spend a lot of alone time with my daughter. I do, being a single parent, so I'm always worried about I'm conscious about it's just such a strange thing that I've never heard of before. I've never realized before, but I definitely don't rely on my daughter for intimacy.
That's the difference.
But I have healthy boundaries. Now that I know that, I feel a lot more comfortable about that. And not that I've ever felt uncomfortable around my daughter anyway, but just as a single parent, I think just in general, me personally, I wonder how I'm fucking up my daughter's, because I'm her parent, I'm one of her main sources of inspiration. Like, how am I fucking my kid up? Because that's what parenting is how badly do you fuck your child up?
I've told you, this is my entire therapy is that Pat is my therapist telling me that marriage and kids are also for me and I'm not just going to fuck my kids up. Like, that's a total fear that I have. It really just comes down to boundaries.
And I don't really feel fucked up by my parents. I certainly had boundaries. I had giant boundaries with my parents. I was, I was the quietest kid in a
Apparently.
large household, so I was left to my own devices a lot.
Yeah. But it just comes down to boundaries. My dad had very few physical boundaries. My parents separated when I was 6 and divorced when I was 8. So from a young age, I've been the messenger between my parents, especially on money, especially for affection. Neither of them were very fulfilled in their friendship or relationships or romantic relationships.
With one another, you mean?
With one another and with other people.
Okay.
My parents have both had significant relationships, but none of them have panned out.
None of them?
None of them. Not a one. My mom had a 4-year relationship with this dude with serious anger issues. He was such a douche. I hated him, and she really fucking hated me for not liking him, actually, but he was really rude to me. But yeah, it's they kept picking people that resembled their spouses, so they kept fucking up their relationships, and thus I was the person they could expect emotional support from and take out their anger on. Because my brother was fucking on drugs. He was never home. He was the child that they were trying to save, and I was the one that was always stable and around. So
speaking of this, I think this is another good personality corner. Dun, 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 dun. So I was left to my own devices a lot.
Yeah.
So that I've certainly ended up with a healthy dose of with a avoidant attachment type.
that was a funny choice of words. A healthy dose.
Yeah, a healthy dose of avoidant attachment type. I feel like it's pretty healthy. I love being alone. Very healthy
Fine,
for me
I'll
to
leave
be
you alone.
by myself. Yeah, if you could just walk over there.
I've got a key.
And so yeah, I think that's been a lot of the source of my relationship issues. I've had a very long-term relationship with a now woman who I have my daughter with, and we were together for a good 13 years, kind of off and on, because I would push her away and then she would pull back in, and then I would push her away again and then she'd pull back in. We ended up getting married, and we were married for 2 years, and we had a child, and then I pushed her back away again. And then she didn't pull me in again.
And it was you that pushed her away? I thought she left.
No, I left her for another woman. I never told you that?
No.
Ooh, dropping bombs on the podcast.
Damn.
Yeah, no. I left her for another woman.
I feel like you might have told me that, actually. No, yeah, you did.
I was about to say.
Yep. I know that name. Fun times.
Yeah. Not to.
I feel crazy secure right now.
Insecurities or anything
Thanks
like
for
that.
feeding my anxious attachment disorder.
Yeah. I mean, so that was the past, though. This is all about I need look. So in the same way that you deserve, children and all that stupid shit.
Do I?
Yes, absolutely.
All
But
right.
I deserve a healthy relationship as well.
Mm-hmm.
I deserve to be able to get over my past and I've done that stuff. But yeah, I pushed her away. I just didn't know how to communicate. Hey, I need you to go away from me. I need you to go. I just didn't know how to. I had no understanding of what I was feeling at all. I didn't realize that, this. I didn't realize how crazy it was. The feeling. Well, and how not crazy it was, how normal it was, the feelings that I was feeling. And that's what you and I talk about, is that your feelings are real. And I think that's one of the most important things that I've ever learned, is that your feelings, like other people's feelings, are real.
As opposed to what?
As opposed to I don't know, I've been a very selfish person, internally, because I spend so much time by myself.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of close friends. And I have a zillion acquaintances. I have a lot of, I know a lot of people that I enjoy being around. But a lot of times I find it difficult to, I don't know, it's hard for me to say this personally, but what I've gathered from other people is that I'm not necessarily empathetic all the time.
I can agree with that. Not to shit on you.
Yeah.
I can totally agree with that, though. That was the whole crux of what we talked about the other day. About gender identities.
Oh, yeah.
You would never call me some dehumanizing term like good girl, but there's no empathy for someone who just doesn't fit in a gender binary. Their people do.
But they do fit there. They just don't think they do.
So? Who cares? You want to be left alone? Leave them alone.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
Empathy, man.
Right. Well, yeah, but they weren't leaving me alone.
What were they doing?
Well, this was a story about Sarah What's-Her-Face, who was trying to insert her opinions into the Linux Code of Conduct.
I do recall that podcast.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter that she was non-binary, though. I could have been saying the same damn thing, and I'm a cis female.
Yeah, but you didn't.
Yeah, but you just shit on her identity because it was there.
Well, kind of. I feel like the two really go hand in hand, though.
Do they?
Uh-oh.
You are fucking up the microphone feed.
Yeah, we've got a shitty cord over here. Shitty cord alert.
I'm sorry. Are you a professional? I love you.
So, yeah, all right. Yeah, so maybe I have a lack of empathy sometimes. It's whatever. I'm fine with that.
It's whatever.
Maybe maybe it's just a lack of social skills.
It doesn't affect me, so I don't care.
Right, exactly. my lack of empathy does not affect me, so fuck everybody else.
Oh my God. Why are you dating a social worker? What the fuck? What?
I don't know. I don't love you for your profession.
Why do you love me?
Lots of reasons.
Aw, you have to be mushy on the air. What?
Yeah.
You can edit it out later.
No, why am I dating a social worker?
I don't fucking know.
Well, it does have a lot of reasons to do why I love you. I think your overdose of empathy is attractive to me because I find it inspiring. I do.
Okay, I see.
You care about other people.
I care so much about other people.
And you talk constantly about how I don't give a fuck about other people.
You don't give a fuck about other people.
Fuck other people.
No, just fuck me.
Non-sexually fuck other people.
BPD.
So yes, all right. Personality corner. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, you have BPD, borderline personality disorder.
And a lot of issues. Yeah.
To go along with your daddy issues, probably caused by
they're
your
the
daddy
same
issues.
thing. That's what it's just daddy issue syndrome.
Hey, fair enough. So
that's what it is.
So I've just gotten out of a relationship with someone else with extreme, undiagnosed, untreated borderline personality disorder. I guess, well, how can you say undiagnosed borderline personality disorder?
Oh, she's totally got it, though.
I've read all the material. She's got it.
She is untreated me minus 3 or 5 years.
So her dad left. Her dad left when she was young and has his whole other family with another daughter.
Jesus.
Yeah, and he didn't really have much to do with her. There was, while we were dating, she tried to go to church with her sister, who has contact with her father, and he, I don't know, it was kind of weird anyway. Yeah, so yeah, freshly out of that relationship, like, oh my God, I don't know if I ever want another relationship again. I don't think relationships are for me.
Haha, fucking tricked ya.
Well, because this was also this is my first relationship outside of my on again, off again relationship with this long time person. And I've had a good 12 relationships in my entire life. I've had tons of, like, that's a lot of relationships, I feel like. And I'm talking about, like, anywhere from 9 months to 2-year relationships.
For reference, I've had like 2 of those.
Yeah. So
3.
I'm finally past my ex-wife issues. I have ex-wife issues. So I'm finally past that. I feel like I'm outside of that. I'm like, okay, I can finally, like, start over. I really want to, like, dive into this and do this right. Like, I want a relationship. I want something real. And I find someone with untreated borderline personality disorder, and that felt like an abusive relationship.
It fucking was.
Not intentionally.
No, not intentionally.
It's hard to blame that on someone.
Oh, no. I don't think this person was a bad person. I don't think she treated you the way she did because she's malicious or did it on purpose. But people who have been abused internalize those processes and abuse others. At the end of my bullshit relationship that I was in 2 people before you, I verbally abused the shit out of this dude because he was horrible to me. But I broke. And the end of that relationship was me being the abuser. After he ruined me, like, truly and honestly. It's not on purpose. But that's what that's what you're taught. And you were abused, and it's okay to, like, realize that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, we have modeling or fucking mirror neurons in our brain. It's like the Bobo doll experiment from, like, the 50s. If you see violence, if you see, what you see people that you look up to do, you perform. You take that on and normalize it in your own mind. That's especially when you're young. And she was obviously fucked up by her parents. That's just how she was learned to treat people and how she learned to treat herself. So it came out with you.
Yeah.
Not because she's bad or because she's mean. It just sometimes be like that. Generational patterns are a thing.
Well, yeah, but then in the same, like, breath, like, how do you call mean people, like, oh, this person's mean, but they're not mean. They just learned it from their parents. They're still mean people, though.
Well, okay, that's actually, I think, one of the biggest differences between how you and I think about people is people can change. You flip-flop.
If they want to.
You flip-flop, actually. At least based on the fucking podcast that I binge when nobody else listens to it.
I guess it depends on how much fucking substances I'm using.
Depends on who's sucking your dick. I don't know. I flip-flop too. But I think I thoroughly believe that people can change. At least, I have to believe that for myself.
Well, yeah, I hope you believe that, or else this relationship is doomed.
Fucking finally. I love you. I'm sorry.
Was that a stab at me?
No, it was just me being sarcastic.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm, like, tragically in love with you, and so I pretend I'm not sometimes.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
I didn't catch your pretense. It was...
I'm very complicated.
You can't hide it.
I'm sophisticated. Yeah, you're right. No, but at least for myself, I have to believe that people can change. Like, every day you can make intentional decisions to better yourself. My Instagram is fucking irritating because all it is like, yay, today is good things. 'Cause I'm trying to restructure my thought patterns. Like, that's possible. That's a thing you can do if you want to. And not everyone wants to. But being mean or saying something mean, if we're going to use my fucking 5-year-old vocabulary, isn't the same thing as being a mean person. What?
Mean girls. Man, there was
you
this
can't
song.
sit with us.
Let's tangent real quick. There's this song by this chick. This was 2000. This must have been 05-ish.
I was 9 for reference.
Sometime between 05 and 09 for sure, though. And it may have been before that. There was this this was before Rebecca Black.
Oh, God.
And it was this chick. She had this song, and I remember the song goes like, mean girls, mean girls. Like, she was whispering it. But like, that was like the hook kind of, but she had a whole album out. But this was before everybody was on the internet. So this might have been like late 90s even, because I remember what her website looks like, and it was like a really shitty looking...
She had her own website?
Yeah. Well, yeah, so this is before Facebook.
Because YouTube started in like 05.
Yeah, so this was before Facebook.
Okay.
All of her... So this is before 04 then. This is probably this is the late 1900s. And she All of her music was on her website. I don't know how
Okay.
I came across it. Probably just from just the communities that I hung out in.
The way
Somebody
you
was
find
like,
anything else you show me on the internet.
yeah, I know, just from hanging out with weird people.
Yep.
And yeah, it was very strange. I've never been able to find her again. I've tried to search this Mean Girls song, but thank you, Lindsay Lohan, I've not been able to, find anything, tangentially related to what I'm trying to find.
Okay, what were we talking about? Oh,
Mean People.
Mean People? Okay. It's like that fucking Randy Newman song, Short People.
That's a really good song. It's one of my favorites.
Is it really? That's not surprising.
Short people got no reason.
to live.
I mean, true story.
Anyway. But yeah, the difference is like saying something mean or doing something shitty to someone doesn't condemn you as a bad person forever. Like being a shit for a hot second isn't a life sentence. I mean, at least I would fucking hope so.
No, it's not. It's not.
And that's the thing. It's like there's a difference for me because I'm all like language based or whatever. There's a difference between telling someone like, "Hey, that sucked," and "You suck," or "You are a mean person."
You can still be a mean person, though.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't like calling people that. I think it reinforces my own black and white thinking of like someone is not redeemable if they fuck up. Because that's how I was told. Like I was taught to think that if I fucked up or if I did something great, like there was no in between. And whatever my actions like reflected or retroactively fucked up or improved my relationships with somebody.
So you're saying your parents were also borderline?
Oh, they absolutely are. My dad definitely is.
Yeah. With
We
borderline
don't
people,
have
there's-
mental health anything in my family though. So.
Everything's extreme in borderline. It's like you're the best
Exactly.
person ever, you're the worst person ever.
Oh yeah. And that's my dad.
Like, hey, you did a good job today, kid.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, praise and fucking attacks, whatever, degradation were given based on actions, but really extremely. So if I got oh my God, I was verbally fucking beaten for getting like a B+ in a class in high school. I've got a 3.97 GPA. I got a B+ my freshman year, and I got reamed the fuck out for it. I was told that I did not work hard enough, that I was a disappointment, that I was inherently incapable of doing something right. Fucking what? Yeah, so like a small action or whatever was like your entire being.
That's so weird to me because you are such a sweet person.
Thanks.
And like my parents both said that. Like we were in the kitchen
When?
and they were like, we were in the kitchen, you were in the living room. And they were like, she's so sweet. And I was like, yeah, I know.
I'm so in love with your family. They were so fun.
I see. I have a good family. I do. I like my family.
I love your family. Yep.
I have weird parental issues. Like my dad wasn't always around, but as a person, he's not a shit person. He was just not a great parent. But maybe he was because I like who I am and I like the parent that I am.
Yeah, I mean, from what I hear, you're a great parent. I won't know until April, but I believe you.
Yeah.
And you've got 9 years on me, and I just started this process in August.
Well, I just started this process.
I'm coming up on 6 months in my 12-step program next month.
Hey, very cool.
Thanks. I'm fucking excited. I'm proud of me. Yay!
Point, point, point. I mean, I've been in therapy I started therapy in October of 17, and I went like twice just because it was expensive at the time.
Yep.
I was currently I wasn't in between jobs, but I had told my current employer that I was looking for a new job, so I fucking kind of almost might as well have been between two jobs because they started ripping the carpet out from under me.
Oh no.
And I started back in May of 18 is when I started going to therapy a lot again.
Let's see. I started therapy in July or August of 2017 when my boyfriend of 2 years decided he wanted to cheat on me for 4 months on Tinder. It was cool. Totally found out with this kid in the backseat of the car. A+.
How'd you find out?
Ooh, bitch. I was in marching band, and a friend that I'd known for a couple of years in the section. So the boyfriend I was with at the time, LOL, he was on Tinder.
Been there.
I mean, same. We met on Bumble, for the record.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't find you on Tinder.
You did not. I wanted something slightly less shitty this time. I found my last boyfriend on Tinder, and he's avoidant as fuck.
I was on both.
I've been on both before, like historically, but Tinder hasn't yielded a whole lot of like exciting conversations. I like being able to start the conversation because I'm thoughtful about my responses. I only swipe right if someone, swiped right. I'm an adulterer. We've already like established that apparently. If they've got a bio, if they actually have like interesting pictures.
Didn't you blow some dude like 2 days after we met?
No.
I'm just kidding.
No, the guy I was like talking to lives in Texas, bitch.
Just kidding. That was a joke.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh. Fuck, what were we talking about?
Tinder. How you found out that your ex?
Yeah. So this friend in my section that I'd known since freshman year, and I was a junior at this point. She sent me screenshots of him setting up a date with her friend. You know, and he was a fucking idiot who set up his Tinder through Facebook. Like, honestly,
You have to.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh well, you have to have a Facebook account to make
Do
a
you
Tinder
really?
account. Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah. So
I don't recall.
there's a Facebook account of me floating around just so I have a Tinder account. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. There's nothing attached. There's no picture or anything attached to it. It's just my name. Yeah.
That's so funny. First of all,
probably need to go delete that. I just remembered that.
I was gonna go fucking get rid of it. You're mine. Oh, I'm creepy. Anyway, yeah, he signed up through Facebook because apparently you have to do that. I haven't been on Tinder since over a year ago when I dated my last.
Hey, look,
dude.
I'm still logged in. Hey, look, it wants me to be friends with my ex-wife. Hey, you've never seen a picture of my ex-wife?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, have you? Oh, okay.
Yep, because your dad's got a Facebook.
Hey, you're so creepy.
You're right. No, it's because that Facebook page or whatever, Facebook suggested your dad's business. I'm like, wow, that's fucking creepy. And then I found his Facebook and proceeded to be creepy.
Fair enough. I mean, that's what Facebook's all about.
I'm resourceful. So
I'm surprised you didn't find me on Facebook.
I did not find you. I looked really hard at the very beginning.
Makes me feel better.
Yeah, it probably should. But my friend, my friend, we're going to call her D, but she matched with my ex on Tinder. He'd been like asking her on dates, telling her she was pretty, and she's pulling up his, she saw that we had mutual friends.
Whoa.
What?
Start over?
Ah!
I was deleting my Facebook. Start over.
Did you really just delete it?
Yeah.
Wow, I feel crazy respected right now.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, I just kind of said it funny. Thanks for deleting your Tinder Facebook.
I mean, yeah.
Heart you.
Hey, that means my Tinder's deleted too.
Oh, did you not delete it?
I don't remember.
Did you not still have it when we were like dating or whatever? LOL, we are dating when we matched or whatever.
Yeah,
Do you still have a Tinder?
I didn't. I just. I probably just deactivated it. Sorry, I don't know the terminology because I don't fucking remember. I don't know.
Yeah.
I probably just deactivated it or something.
Because you're senile.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm an old man.
I'm into it apparently.
Yeah.
You're already going gray.
I mean, you still have a Bumble?
No, you and I both did that. We like paused it and then deleted the app.
Okay.
Have you deleted the whole thing?
Oh yeah, I deleted the app for sure.
Oh yeah, but like you haven't like deleted your profile.
No.
But like snoozed it and then deleted the app.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I did too.
Just in case.
Avoidant.
Backup plan.
All right. So my friend is named D for this situation. She had a friend. I don't fucking know her name. We're going to call her Charlie because we're going with some It's Always Sunny right now. Charlie matched with my ex. I know. Charlie matched with my ex on Tinder.
Let's call your ex Mac.
Charlie and Mac. All right. So Charlie matched with Mac on Tinder. And because it was linked to his Facebook. Like, I don't know the exact mechanics here, but this bitch was smart enough to be like, it looks like you have a fucking girlfriend in all of your pictures.
What?
Oh, yeah.
You
bitch.
were on his Tinder account?
I was on his fucking Tinder account, and this shit worked for 4 months.
There's chicks who do that.
I know. There's fucking people that do that. Whatever. But
some chicks are just on Tinder to fuck.
Apparently so was my boyfriend, so.
Well, most dudes I think are on Tinder to fuck.
Even those in relationships. Whatever. But yeah, so Charlie and Mac matched, whatever. They were and oh, fucking, that's what it was. Charlie and D talked, and Charlie was like, hey, we're a mutual friend
on Tinder?
here. No. They were friends, like they texted.
Okay.
And Charlie asked D, is like, hey, we're mutual friends here, and he's got this chick in all his pictures. What the fuck is going on? Whatever, they texted, and D texted me and said, hey, are you still with Mac? I said, yeah, I'm actually in the car with him right now. He's right there. Oh, this conversation was something. And D said, I think there's some stuff that you don't really know about Mac. I'm like, no, I feel like I know a whole lot about him. I'm like, whatever. What are you getting at? And she sent me the screenshot of their Tinder conversation, setting up a date. His daughter was in the fucking backseat of the car.
How old?
7 at the time. And I was in love with that kid. I can't even tell you. So, yeah.
Ouch.
And then I went insane for a couple months. It's fine. And now I'm fine. But
Yeah, sure.
oh, yeah. You don't fucking know what you got yourself into. Congratulations. But yes, that's when I started going to therapy. That was, God, I still know the date because I'm pathetic. But that was mid-July. And I got a therapist through his therapist in like early August.
Through Mac's therapist?
Yeah, through Mac's therapist. Oh, yeah. Because whatever.
Yeah.
Because I had no self-worth and no support system. I was so ashamed to tell anybody because I stayed with him. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to leave or that I could leave. So his
That's
parents,
common.
oh, yeah, it totally is. But his parents were like, we can deal with you after or you two as a couple after we deal with our son. And I had no one that I trusted to talk about this. So I just stayed. Like, it was the worst. Yeah, so I went to therapy a lot. And now I'm with a better therapist.
I don't know if I want to tell my therapy story.
Why not?
All right, so I was dating... Let's see, what other show can we use? Let's say I was dating a Lindsay. And, well, let's see, what show I've ever seen that has more than one. All right, so I was dating, let's call her... All right, let's say I was married to... What names can I use?
What show are you
Jane.
using?
All right, I was married to Jane, right?
Are you just making up names?
No.
Okay.
This is coupling.
I don't know what that is.
I was married to Jane, and Jane was my, on again, off again for a very long time. And I, very avoidant person, attachment type.
No.
And she was she's very lazy. And I guess, my big issue with that is, and I can hear everyone groaning right now. Literally, I can hear you. Because you have Siri in your house, and Siri's telling me what you're saying. And, yeah, I mean, she was, though. I mean, so literally, I kind of give this this picture a lot where I swear she just sat around on the couch, letting the Coke cans pile up and watching Supernatural all day long. And that's kind of how I felt about that relationship. At the end there, at least, And so anyway, I had formed a relationship with a bartender because I enjoy being a barfly. I just like hanging out with bartenders. I find most bartenders to be very interesting people. And a buddy of mine, let's call him Steve for the time being, he and I had gone into this bar in town that was new-ish. And we'd hang out there randomly on Tuesdays. And anyway, none of this fucking matters. I started hanging out there a lot. And there was this chick who was working in the back. And let's call her Susan. And Susan, I eventually kind of got her name. And I'd see her working in the kitchen. And she was very large-breasted. And she had nice hair. And I thought she was really cute. And she... One day she kind of comes out and she's working the bar, and she kind of starts working the bar a lot because come to find out she owns this restaurant, and she'd found another cook to really take her place so she could run the bar because she'd lost her bartender. And anyway, so I kind of started striking up conversation with her and hanging out with her a good bit. And actually, one of the other bartenders there that she had a lot, I was really good friends with him. I'd followed him to other bars because he had bartended other places. And that's really how I kind of started hanging out with Susan a lot. So eventually, we just started talking more and more and more, and I'd start hanging out later and later at the bar. And other people would too. It wouldn't be just me and her. But then eventually it kind of turned into just me and her. It turned into just her and me. Is that right?
Either one. Oh, yeah, grammatically it should have been option 2. But
Yeah.
I wasn't about to fight you on it.
Well, pick your battles. So, yeah,
I said I wasn't.
I know. So yeah, it turned out to be just her and me there at the bar, and we did this, maybe for a month or so. But she and I kind of struck up this business relationship. I would help like design logos for some different ideas that she had. I mean, she was an entrepreneur, she really was, and I found that to be impressive at least. She was a hard worker, and that was like the exact opposite of what I was married to. So we struck up a friendship. It was an honest friendship there for at least a few months. It really was.
I'm skeptical of that.
Well, it was. It was very platonic.
Okay.
Honest relationship. I don't know what she was married. I don't know what the motives were.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what it is with
Y'all
being
were
married.
both married.
Yeah, this is the second married woman that I'd done something with.
What?
And I mean, like, I don't know. I think she claimed she was separated or something like that, or just unhappy. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, anyway, one night we had sex at the bar. And that was the start of like that relationship, I guess. And that was in April of 2017.
Big year.
That's 16.
Us,
sorry, that was April of
okay.
2016. And exactly 2 months later, I was sleeping on the couch just because I'd come in late and I was drunk and I didn't want to keep my wife awake. And I woke up to my wife yelling at me, and she threw my phone at me, and she was really mad because she had gone through my phone. And that's how that relationship ended. You have this weird look on your face now.
Makes me sad.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me sad too. I was a shitty person. I realize that.
No, I just related to how your wife felt.
Yeah.
That is honestly what Mac did to me is the single most damaging thing that's ever been done to me. That 2017 was a whole year of bullshit. The beginning of that year is when I realized I was being abused fucking really hard by my family. He and my dad got in this big ass altercation, and he had a whole host of mental issues, half of which were made up. The other half were undealt with. And for the whole year, like, he just didn't exist. I told you this earlier, he'd kick me out of the house at like 2 a.m, where I'd lived there for like a couple months at a time. He would just decide that he didn't want me there anymore and didn't know how to say it. So I would fall asleep on the couch, and he would make me leave at like 2 or 3 a.m. He wouldn't touch me. He barely spoke to me. And then I found out that he was cheating on me. And it was basically like going through his phone, which I didn't even do that, but someone sent it to me. That is like truly the most damaging thing that's ever happened to me in my life.
Makes sense.
You're not a bad person. Hearing that out loud hurts me though.
I believe you. I know. I realize that. I mean, I realize what I did. I mean, I know that. I was looking for a way out of that relationship. I didn't know how to get out of it. I mean, I realized I didn't do it the right way at all. I mean, there could have been, there were multiple other options there, but that was just the one that kind of fell on me.
Do you know how to leave a relationship now?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay. I just did that. Very
True.
Very gracefully. But, I mean, so this was my 13/15 year relationship with, her, with Jane. And so Jane and I mean, it was October of that same year.
2016?
Of 2016.
Cool.
We started getting sexual again.
You and I are both really good at like residual relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but that was normal for us. That was what we always did.
True. Now my last relationship, I don't have a name for this dude. I'm gonna call him Cricket.
Cricket, Dennis.
No, we're gonna go with Cricket because he's. Oh my god, I have feelings about him right now. Yeah, he is.
Was he preacher Cricket or was he homeless Cricket?
Based on our last interaction, he's homeless Cricket because I hate him right now. He's immature and it's fine, which is funny because I started out being the most immature person in that relationship, and now he is acting like a child. But sometimes it be like that. Oh fuck, where was I going with that? Help. Oh, residual relationships. Our relationship sucked. He's super avoidant, crazy into some dysfunction, doesn't want to admit it. Workaholic for sure. And no sense of empathy, at least for me. And our relationship was such trash. And then after we broke up, it took like a month for us to not talk to each other. And then we had like one of the most fulfilling friendships I've ever had. And then now because I'm with somebody, he just decided that I'm not worth his time.
Is that how it is, or is that how you're perceiving it to be?
I guess, that's a question I don't know the answer to. What is something other than what you perceive it to be?
True stories.
True stories.
So
No, we were, whatever.
you're right.
Yeah, I'm getting fucking philosophical on you at, I don't know what time it is right now.
11:50.
9:50.
9:50.
That is how time works with us, though. It's like fucking 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Start at 8 p.m., 6 a.m. the next day. No, we were really open about we do not fit romantically. Like, we dated for 7 months. Fucking everybody I date, I break up with once. That's not my shit anymore. Because, hi, I'm in recovery. But that used to be my thing, is like we would break up a couple months in, fix it, like get back together, because it was easier to cut it off than to actually like fix what the fuck was going on. Because, I'm extreme. Usually the person I'm with is really avoidant. We don't know what to do. And so we broke up, got back together. But even then, like, we knew foundational shit just didn't match up. We were so close to being really good for each other. But we just got back, we tried it, and it just didn't work. We broke up. And then, like, when I started going to my 12-step program, I didn't need his support for my happiness anymore. I didn't depend on him. And he found that really attractive, because, like, that's what normal people do, is they find independence attractive. Funny, like, think about that. And there was some serious love there. Like, he was a friend that I really, really appreciated. Like, we were very open and verbal about, we do not fit romantically. We will never date again. But we supported each other emotionally. And it was a really solid relationship. Like, I felt like I gave a lot and got a lot. And he knew that I was dating, or that I wanted that with someone else. And then, even in the last couple months, I was pursuing somebody else who was much more avoidant than you, funnily enough. Not funnily, but just realistically enough. Cricket and I had not done anything sexual for months. And I was like trying to date this other person, whatever. But Cricket and I had not done anything for a while. He knew I was looking for a relationship actively. And as soon as I get in one, he gets butthurt about me not wanting to touch his penis anymore.
Well, yeah,
Like, really?
you're pretty good at it, though.
You're right.
So, I'd be pretty butthurt if you didn't want to touch my penis either. Yeah, I'd be like, I can't talk to you anymore. You're not touching my penis.
No, what?
Yeah, you have to touch my penis for me to talk to you.
Is there a way to describe the face I just made?
Disgust or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It probably looks like the face that guys make when they orgasm. Is that like...
Is that what I look like?
I'm not going to answer that question.
Okay, fair enough.
I guess, but that's not what friendship is. Like,
No, I agree. I'm
you
being
know?
facetious, obviously.
No,
well,
I
hopefully,
know.
obviously.
It is obvious.
Thanks.
And that's actually why I felt, that's part of why you and I had like our little discussion the other day, because I was feeling abandoned by Cricket too. Like, I was having BPD feelings. But yeah, he supported me really thoroughly, and I felt really cared about by him, and I care about him a lot currently. I care about Cricket. Yeah, and then to realize, like, he helped me get into grad school. He helped me with my application because he used to work in admissions or whatever. And I tagged him in this post. I'm like, fuck yeah, thank you to everyone who helped me. Like, I seriously appreciate everything. And his parents commented on my status because his parents are adorable. And he said, oh yeah, my parents, whatever. I just saw what they posted. It's like, I didn't even read what they congratulated you on, but like, it's pretty cool that you did something good, I guess. Wait, what?
Ouch, man.
Yeah,
I
went back through the text today. It's like, holy shit, you've been shading me for weeks. He's been upset about this for weeks and didn't tell me, and just decided to be angry about it on his own instead of communicating like we've learned to do. And I feel lied to. And that's probably pretty self-centered, and be like, things are out to get me or whatever. But that's not what friendship is. And that's not what love is. And he and I would say that we love each other because I fucking care about him a lot. It was trashed and he was being really immature. So, fucking homeless cricket.
Yeah, he just sounds like he's not capable of expressing his feelings or, communicating. He's got communication issues. We all do, but yeah. I feel bad for him,
I mean, yeah, I guess I do too. I just thought he was more mature than that.
Right.
And it's funny, he and I are kind of similar, or used to be similar. When he is upset about something, he gets super formal about it. So his text was like, oh, yeah, he texted it to me. He didn't say it to me in person. He texted me as soon as I left his house to exchange keys so I could give you a key. And because he had a contractor coming or some shit. Is that even true? I don't know. But the text was like, in conclusion, this is why I don't feel we should talk anymore. I'm like, all right.
I did that to my ex though.
Give me a State of the Union address.
I just felt I had to get like super clear with my ex just to be like, you've got to like just stop. This is not healthy.
Most recent?
Yeah.
Okay, well, she's a mess, so.
Well, yeah. But I felt like I had to write it out like a contract. Like, But that doesn't apply to you though. Like, yeah, he could have been a little more informal with you.
It's just how he is. He's the most, tightly wound person I've ever met. He's very hoity-toity, very pretentious. Again, I told you, part of the last straw when we broke up for the first time, which LOL, he wouldn't go see Coco with me. And that's like this really fucking cute animated movie. Hi, I'm a little. We haven't gotten to that yet. And he refused. He literally sat in the car, looked at me and said, I have better things to do with my time. I said, fuck you, and got out of the car. And that was it. Like, he is very pretentious. That's just who he is.
I want to continue on my recovery story, if I may.
No.
So my ex-wife and my wife at the time and I got sexual again in October. Mm-hmm. Can I keep talking about it? Is this?
Yeah, no, I don't care. You're letting me fucking ramble for however many minutes we've been on the air. So.
Right, but I don't want to upset you. Okay. Let me know if we need to change subject again.
I will, sweetheart.
Okay, thanks. So, yeah, in October, my wife and I got sexual again. This was October 16th.
Wait, were y'all still married?
Yep.
Okay.
And we got divorced in December of the same year. I just went ahead and pleaded infidelity, and they were like, okay, sure. And, the day before the divorce, we were like, yeah, it was just one of those things. And
what things?
We were just incredibly sexual. Yeah. And so fast forward, that went on the entire time. That went on until September of 2017. And she had been on a couple of other dates, but that was kind of our dynamic as well. We had I was very dominant in that sexual relationship. I think she was just kind of, and I think that's kind of what, I think from me, she wasn't looking for love, but obviously having been together for 13 years, we were decent at having sex with each other. So it just turned into a highly sexual relationship. Anyway, so yeah, she'd see other people, she'd go out with other people and stuff like that. And that was, I didn't have any, I wasn't going to say anything because we didn't have that sort of relationship. But towards the end of it, it kind of did start to feelings kind of started to get involved again. And we were talking about having more kids and stuff because I feel like we were both being pretty good parents. Outside of our behind closed doors personal relationship, we had co-parented and still do co-parent very well. And because we I see my kid at least every other day, if not more. And anyway, she started seeing this guy, and as soon as she started seeing him, I got cut off. But immediately she started coming into a bar where I work with this other guy. And this was the same place I couldn't drag her out to when she and I were together. She just, that was one of my issues with her. Is, not only did she sit on the couch and trash the place up and never clean up or never do dishes or never cook or never got groceries or anything like that. Like, she honestly didn't contribute to the relationship. She never did. No, that doesn't justify, the shitty things that I did. I could have gotten out, but, I still needed out of that relationship somewhere or another. I could have been a better person about it, sure. Anyway, so yeah, here she comes like waltzing into the bar where I work, where I am currently at work with this guy that she's just started seeing. And also in comes waltzing my girlfriend at the same time. And I'm like visibly not, I mean, I'm obviously affected by this whole thing. And so my girlfriend catches wind. What do we call her? Susan. So Susan catches wind of this, that I'm upset that Jane's off dating some guy who I'd known before, who was an acquaintance of mine. Like, he was a friend of mine. I hang out with him recently.
Because you're related to everyone in the state.
Well, we'd get together and do, like, drugs together, We did. Like, I've done Adderall, like, twice in my life. And one of the times was with him. Like, he and I got all fucked up one night. And it was a good time. It was a lot of fun.
Wow, you're so cool.
Whatever. Maybe I am.
I feel like I would know if you were by now.
Well, that was sarcasm, so I guess I'm not cool. But anyway, it was a fun time. He and I, we had a good time. But like, so I ended up telling Susan that, yeah, okay, fine, I've been sleeping with Jane. But
wait. Were you sleeping with her while you were dating?
Yes. I was sleeping with Jane while I was dating Susan, yes.
Did Susan know that?
Susan encouraged it, but she...
Oh, I'm so sorry. I lost track of the names.
Yes, so
Continue.
Jane being
Different
my
person.
ex-wife at this point, Susan being my wife.
I got the wrong girlfriend.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Yeah, we're good. Continue. So you told Susan that you'd been sleeping with Jane.
Yep. And that didn't go over too well. Even though, like, I had a text message from her that said literally, like, look, I know you're going to sleep with Jane. This is a thing that you do. It's fine. Like, go ahead. Like, because she and I had a pseudo-open relationship. Kind of, I mean, it wasn't like, hey, just go fuck everybody. But it was like, kind of just do your thing, whatever, and we'll just talk about it later. But that was kind of this whole woman's MO, though. I guess another, hey, personality corner. Da, 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 da. I am typically attracted to older women. I would say the average age difference of me and most of my girlfriends is a +6.
Here we are at -9 for reference.
-9, yep. And this is fantastic. I mean, I think that's what makes this relationship. I think this is what helps me start new, do something different. I mean, even though my last relationship, which I thought was something new and different, was a massive failure, but none of that there's no way for me to shoulder any of that burden, though. I mean, like, relationships are 50-50, sure, but I feel like I tried to put in as much as I could. Mm-hmm. And she just had so many untreated mental issues that there was no way for me to carry that. So, yeah, that's when I started therapy. Is basically I broke up with my ex-wife for the final time, and my current girlfriend, who I'd left my ex-wife for on the same day, we all broke up then and there.
The triad disbanded.
Yeah, so that's when I started therapy. And I mean, it's like, poor guy was sleeping with 2 chicks at the same time and got found out. Boo-hoo, I mean, I realize that. I get it. I'm with you. I'm there. But I still had feelings for both of these people. I mean, I got feelings too.
Do you?
Maybe not. Who knows?
I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe that's where all my empathy
Stay
went.
tuned, listeners.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure.
I'm just being a dick. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Is that a good wrap for EP1? I mean,
oh my
this
God.
is who we are. And
this is a heavy-ass podcast.
Well, yeah, it's a heavy podcast. So we can talk about the name for a little bit.
What name?
We can let our listeners choose. So text your answer to 911.
All right.
We're taking callers. No,
all of our suggestions. Well, they're all my suggestions. They're all pretty shitty so far.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I kind of like the Daddy Issues, the podcast, but I just don't think it's descriptive of I don't think it gives us any longevity. I mean, what do we change the name, later? Like, this is so to try and put myself outside, especially now that we've done this episode, to put myself outside of us as a couple.
Mm-hmm.
You and I are trying to find love. Like, we've found love, but we're trying to find, like, true, lasting, like, lifelong, secure love.
Agree.
Are we both love addicts?
I'm an addict. You're an avoidant. Well, you've got some addict in there.
I think
Again,
I've got
you are surprising. Like, you present a little differently than what's inside. Or there's a difference between the front that you put on, if not on purpose, and what's inside. Because as of yesterday, my therapist told me, a couple days ago, that the question to ask if I'm feeling insecure, because hashtag I have abandonment issues, is, are you with me right now? And as of whatever day this is, 2 days later, we've both asked that question the same number of times, or it's almost a wash. You've got some anxiety too.
Hey, is that a good name for the podcast?
It's all a wash?
No. Are you with me right now?
Oh, that's such a good name for the podcast. You're cute. Yep.
We'll go with that.
Fucking done. A+. Go team.
Yeah, I like it. But,
I like that too.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's...
That's a good idea.
Thank your therapist.
I will. He's fucking amazing. That man sends me memes. What a quality dude. That sounds unethical.
I think... He's an older man.
He is. He's married, though. Apparently, that doesn't mean anything. Oh, that was mean. Sorry.
Is that shade casting shade on me?
That was some shade.
Okay, it's cool. I had my hater blockers on. That reference might be before your time.
It is, but that's it right there. That's why I'm with you. You got your hater blockers on. Anyway.
So, I mean, I think this podcast is going to be a fun journey into, like, whether or not to potential love addicts, maybe not love addicts. I mean, it's in some point, like, I mean, I do feel like I'm a bit of a love addict. I mean, I'm a serial dater. Like,
oh yeah,
the longest I've ever been without a relationship was maybe like some months. Well, no. So after Jane and Susan and I broke up, I was single for 6 months after that. That's probably the longest I've been. I mean, that's definitely the longest I've been single. Maybe since 2004.
Oh shit! I'm actually right there with you. Even if it's not been quite a relationship, I've had like ongoing shit with people. Let's see. After my high school boyfriend, oh god, that was trash the way it ended. But I got with my first, actually, like the dude that I fucked for the first time. We were both virgins. It was a good setup. We dated and we're like, wow, this is terrible, but I still want to fuck you. So let's break up and then just do that. There was like a period of a month less than that in between. I think the longest I've been single was actually right before I met you, which is like 6 or 7 months. And that was intentional. And like, I still kind of fucked around a little bit, but I wasn't looking for anything.
And I've been single since the end of November. Oh man, I forgot to tell you.
What? I don't like the sound of that.
No, actually, I was looking on Discord the other day because I told my buddies about the same time that I got my keys back from her. And that was early December. It was sometime, I want to think it was like December 4th was when I got my key. But that was
because y'all still like canoodled when you were done.
Yeah, but...
Again,
yeah.
A pattern.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. Like, I mean, it's still nice to have sex with somebody from time to time.
True.
Whether or not it was a healthy relationship or not, you can still have sex.
True.
I mean, as long as everybody's, on the same page or whatever.
Which is debatable in that situation.
Yeah,
and in mine, too, apparently.
Yeah. We're both sex positive.
Fuck off. Oh, wait, I almost just said something. Surprise on HSP positive.
Did you trail off?
Yup.
So, it was sometime early December is when I got my key back. But we had broken up at least a week, if not 2 weeks before that, was when I was like, okay, this is done and over. And she was like, okay, I'll come and get my stuff. But, like, there was always some excuse why she couldn't come and pick something up.
Naturally.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Because
Of
I had it all
course.
boxed up. I had it in a box by the front door. I was waiting on her. I had almost, there were a couple of days where I just about, if she didn't live so far away, because she was a good 15 minutes from me. I mean, you know.
Wow,
that's
that is
really
so far away.
in like the opposite direction of civilization, though. Like
Oh.
way out in the country, way out that way.
Yeah, like where you live. For reference, we live 45 minutes away from each other.
We do live 45 minutes
And
away
he
from
lives
each
in the fucking boonies. Well,
Is this the boonies? What do you think of my town, by the way?
It's really cute, but it is the boonies.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
When you get drunk, you say ain't. This is the boonies.
When did I say ain't?
On the podcast. Not this podcast.
But okay. But I haven't said it in real life.
Not yet, I don't think. You
Okay.
have been drunk enough to say ain't around me, but I don't believe you have.
Yeah, true.
I will be vigilant about that word, though. I'm going to wait for it.
You should be. But yeah, there were a couple of times where I just about drove by her house and just threw her shit in her yard. I was
I feel that.
just to be done with her.
I feel
But
that.
there was no way I was going to leave her with my keys.
Oh, yeah. Holy shit, no. Unless you want to drop some money on changing your locks. Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. I'm hoping that Cricket fucking takes his time. I still have some of his books, and I want to read my Stephen King before he decides he hates me for real. So stay tuned on that.
Yeah, so this will be a good exercise, and this will be a very cool chronicle of our relationship.
It's kind of ominous / like exciting.
I mean, it could go either way. I think it's very exciting. I mean, this is like a reality show that's actually real.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
a reality podcast. Are there other reality podcasts? Is this the first reality podcast?
We're fucking pioneers, bitch.
I don't think we're pioneers. I think we're just self-centered people.
You're right. Whose idea was this?
Was it ours? I think
It was yours.
Was it mine? Oh.
I probably suggested it because I want to be one of like the cool kids that you do podcasts with.
Yeah, I mean, podcasts are fun. This is my second podcast.
Plot twist, I have a crush on you.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you want to go have sex?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's the end of this podcast.
That's what I was trying to get you to do before we had the podcast.
I thought so. That was a pretty heavy kiss there.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I caught on to it. I know when you're trying to have sex with me.
Okay, well, where was the vibe return?
I wanted to record the podcast so we could go to your house and have
fuck
sex.
you. Oh, okay, fine.
Do you want to fuck here or at your house?
I don't give a shit. Okay, is that an either or situation? Nah, man, I just met your family and did a fucking great job with it. I'm like, I feel close to you. I want to fuck you. And you're like, all right, microphone time.
Oh, that's what all that was about. Shit, man.
Yes.
All right, you got to be clear.
You are so obtuse.
So, I mean,
Read a book.
what's wrong with saying let's fuck?
Because I'm like, I'm sweet and stuff.
You are sweet and stuff. All right, well, that's about all.
Peace out.
Peace out.